So in our previous video, we were looking at some of the issues that we were having while importing all of our components into our app file. One of those issues that we were having was this tick component that we had just created. It's not actually being invoked correctly. As you can see, it's not coming up underneath the app2 component, and we definitely need to fix that before we get going. Now, what I realized before was that this function actually needs to be capitalized in order for it to work correctly. So we're changing the tick here. We're setting an interval right outside of the function, and it's still going to return back that hello world and the time ripped out into an actual string. So down here, we're going to make that modification to the component right there. And as you can see, it pulls up the value correctly. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this and rip out these components from here and put them into a different file as well. So that way we can have a little bit more practice ripping out these components and actually using a different file for it. So why don't we start with the app2. We're going to look at it one more time. Where was it? Actually, I think a better file to start with would be this right here. Let's go ahead and start this tick function. And I was trying to remember how to actually send it to a different page without having to rewrite it. Actually, let's go ahead and get some practice in. Inside the source folder, we're going to type in tick.js. We're going to go back to our App.js and we're going to cut this out of it. Now, because we're still going to implement it, we do want to import it. Import tick from .tick. And inside the tick file, we're going to import React. And then at the bottom, export default tick. We're going to go back to our app.js file. And as you can see, it's still working. So let's try to do that also for the comment as well. Whoops, going a little too fast. We have the format of the date, and here we go. We're going to cut this out. We're going to build a new file called comment.js. Inside there, one more time, import React. We're going to drop in all of our contents. Now, the only one that we're going to rip out of here is we're going to export comment. Ooh, excuse me, default comment. And going back to our app.js, we're going to import comment from our comment file. We're going to give that a quick save. Oh, looks like we have a few issues. Looks like comment hasn't been defined. So the reason that this is because we also took with us the actual variable for comment. So instead of doing that here, we're going to cut this back out and we're going to drop it inside of our app.js file. Paste. We're going to save here. We're going to save on the comment just to make sure. And look at that. Looks like everything's still working. Now, just for safe measures, we're also going to take out this app2 function. However, we're going to rename it to welcome component. Save that there. Okay, it's broken. We're going to call it down here for welcome component. Looks like it's working again. Inside of our source folder, we're going to go welcome component.js, import React, we're going to go to our app.js file, and we're just going to rip this out as well. Now, since nothing is actually being called with or referenced to inside of here, we're going to take the whole thing with us. So we'll go ahead and cut that out. Go to our welcome component. Put that there. Export default. And then welcome. Actually, it should be welcome component. Like that. We're going to change this, make that modification, save it. We're going to go to our app.js. We're going to correct the spelling. We're going to save that. Oh, looks like it's still broken. We haven't imported it yet. Import welcome component from welcome component. Nice. So everything looks like it's working. As of right now, and as you can see, we went from over 100 lines to now 25 lines, where each one of these individual components are being imported in, and we're going to clean up some of this white space. We're going to save that just to make sure that everything works. So that's comment. The welcome component looks like it's all cleaned up now. We're going to close that out. And we're just going to take one more look at tick just to make sure everything looks like it's working just fine. We'll give it one more refresh. So it definitely looks good so far.